Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Saturday Boys, where every day is a Saturday. Come hang out with us as we chat about music, games, movies, and more, all over beers and mixed drinks. Nice alcoholic beverages for us, since we've been doing mixed drinks these last couple times, you know. Speaking of which, we're doing another one today.
Always.
Oh, yeah. Today we are doing the main event. I'll just preview it here at the beginning. We're doing Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Yes,
Disneyland, mostly Disneyland, California, but we'll talk about the others. But yeah, and because of that, we are drinking. Well, what are we drinking today, boys?
It's called the Orange Thunder.
Orange Thunder.
Yeah, I was trying to find like Big Thunder related mixed drinks, and I was like, oh, that sounds pretty good.
Nice.
You know, it's got it's supposed to have orange flavored vodka.
Orange
nectarine.
liqueur type thing.
Well, it's supposed to be like specifically vodka, but just like orange flavored, nectarine flavored. But we got just straight up vodka. And then it has triple sec. It's got orange soda, and then it's got a little bit of orange juiced into it.
Okay.
Over some ice. Very citrusy.
Oh yeah, it is.
It is just like you're drinking straight up
orange juice.
Yeah, it's literally just orange.
Well, it's got
different though.
I think if I were to make a second one, like later on, I would do a little bit less orange juice. I feel like that adds too much orange flavor. I would just do the orange soda with it. Maybe I got an orange slice or something to kind of, if you want to be like super fancy with it. Because I feel like the orange juice, I should say, is a bit too breakfasty. Mm-hmm. Other than that, it's refreshing as all get out.
It is.
It might just be better with like a tiny little splash and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh. But yeah, I guess it relates to Big Thunder Mountain, and like when you think of Big Thunder Mountain, you think a lot of the facade, at least in me.
Yeah.
And it is an orange ride.
Yeah. It's an orange ride.
Orange red.
We picked an appropriate color. But I mean, you know, not like you're going to get one of these over there.
No, I do. So they are starting to bring in some alcohol into the parks, you know, with Star Wars Land. And do you know if there's any other place that has served it in like Magic Kingdom or Walt Disney Disneyland, I should say?
I think in Magic Kingdom, maybe they were going to do one other thing, or maybe there is. I don't know for sure. Mm-hmm. But
because I know Tron is Tron in Magic Kingdom, the new Tron ride that they're building.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's in Tomorrowland. It's by Space Mountain.
No, Tron wouldn't have alcohol. What ride am I thinking that they're... Oh, no. I'm thinking Ratatouille and Epcot.
Oh, Ratatouille. Well,
yeah, Epcot's alcohol. They have the whole beer and wine festival. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Well, before we dive into that, let's talk about some news real quick. Some not so important news.
Back out a little bit.
Did you want me to go for it?
Yeah. Let me start us off. I'll pull up that. I had that same article.
Are we going to talk about these too?
We will.
Okay, cool. We'll get to it.
I hope so, because I'm still...
We have some French fries on the table. We will get to this later, and unlike the toad that Nick didn't get to later, we will actually get to this later. But yeah, we have McDonald's French fries with us.
So the article I have is... was it from today? Yeah. So a research vessel found SpongeBob lookalikes a mile under the ocean surface.
Yeah, it's literally an orange sponge chilling with a pink starfish. Is dope. In the Atlantic.
Oh no, but the next thing says bad news.
Yeah, most likely they're like that because the starfish is about to go nom nom nom.
Oh, starfish eat sponge? That's terrifying.
Apparently, right? So their friendship on the show is a lie.
No.
Wow.
What?
I'm just shocked. He would have killed him, man.
Right?
Patrick is always like hungry and looking for stuff.
Yeah, it's like right here, like a quote from one of the people that discovered it or like found it. In all likelihood, the reason starfish is right next to the sponge is because that sponge is about to be devoured.
Be devoured. So harsh word.
At least in parts.
I'll eat a little bit of you. You might have your square pants left at the end of it, but
Sea stars are carnivores. Once one clings to a clam, oyster, snail, the animal extends its stomach out through its mouth and then uses enzymes to break down and digest its prey.
That's pretty metal,
so
right
it just
there.
It just kind of like
it just dissolves you. It's just
thing.
like I'm gonna eat you now.
Just slowly.
That's terrifying.
That's like worse than just like
Well, also, you notice the thing that attacks or other stuff that doesn't move a lot. It's like, ooh, you're not moving. I'm just going to eat you right here.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Just defenseless.
Patrick is...
sit on top of you and eat with my stomach mouth.
So, God.
That's how I'm going to eat these fries. I'm just going to put them on my stomach and just
like,
rub them there until they digest into me.
Bump right on the table. It's like, God.
This is fine.
Room burning around you. Oh, don't rub your stomach with a fry. God damn
Would
it.
you eat me?
Now the audio listeners will never know if that actually happened.
I can say without a doubt it actually happened. I'm going to move on to my next article then, I guess.
Actually, I'll hit mine then.
You hit yours?
Well,
okay. We've each got one that doesn't relate. We each have one that does. So.
Well, he took my one that doesn't relate, so I'm going to say my one that does. So this kind of relates to Big Thunder, but it doesn't really relate to Big Thunder, but it's Western theme. You'll get what I mean. The gun that killed Billy the Kid is going up for auction, starting bid $2 million. Ooh, it's a revolver.
The gun that killed Billy the Kid.
Pat Garrett's Colt single action armory revolver was used to gun down Billy the Kid 140 years ago.
Who owns it and is auctioning it off? Just the estate?
Right?
Or is it just somebody donated it to a museum? Then the museum needed to raise money.
Right.
I don't know. Let me. It will be offered at Bonham's auction house.
$2 million for a revolver? Ooh. A legendary revolver?
That's not too bad.
If you had $2 million to burn on a revolver, what else would you have?
I mean, yeah, it's better than getting just like some the newest car that just like you're gonna forget about in a few years.
You have the most. I wouldn't say one of the most iconic guns ever. I guess probably one of the original Colts would probably be. Well, yeah. I guess it's around that time. I don't know too much about Western history. I actually have no idea what year that might have even occurred because I only know Billy the Kid through tales like this. I've never actually looked into it. Mm-hmm. Funny enough,
1800s.
Mid 1800s. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
But yeah, that's pretty insane. $2 million.
Bonhams will auction it off. Bonhams.
Bonhams?
Yeah.
Okay, I have no idea. I have no context for that ever.
Off the gun in Los Angeles, part of Texas couple Jim and Teresa Earle's collection of firearms.
Oh, so it is already possessing a collection of people who are then auctioning it off.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's just a wild item to own.
I know, right?
It's the wildest item
in the wilderness. Gosh. My article, it doesn't relate as much, but it's kind of funny because we were talking about this earlier today. I'll bring it up here. It's if Reddit decides to load, that is, I should say. Come on.
Load, Reddit, load. Okay, real quick while Reddit's loading.
Mm-hmm. As you're eating, I'm halfway through a chicken nugget. Let's start.
My question pertained to the chicken nugget. Okay.
Oh, all right.
So me choking on the chicken nugget was irrelevant.
Okay.
Segue.
It was okay. All right.
Fuck. All right. What's your favorite shape of McNugget? God damn.
Ooh.
I like the foot. The boot. Yeah.
I think it's the most efficient at getting to be able to actually
it's
utilize
perfect
the
for
dip.
sauce cups.
Mm-hmm. It really is.
Yes, I'm doing it again. I have a nugget in my mouth. Fuck off.
It is great for sauce cups. You can, and if you're dual sauce, sometimes I do the honey ketchup mix. I know a lot of people say it's terrible. Honey ketchup is good.
like it.
I know, we used to do it together.
I don't think I've actually ever tried that.
It's weird,
fire.
But it's fire. Okay. It's fuego. But yeah, so my article's up now. So it's an NBA coach punished his team because one player had an Android phone and it messed up the group chat.
Well, that's pretty relevant to an earlier conversation.
Exactly. That's why I want and relevant to us in general. To me? I will. Yes. Basically, the Dallas Mavericks head coach Jason Kidd won't tolerate Android users on his team because if you're an Android user, you're a green person.
Yep.
I have been my entire life. I'm a green person. I don't have an iPhone, just like all y'all do.
That's too funny, dude.
Right.
And I saw this and I was like, oh.
Can relate.
Yeah, he punished the entire team because one player had an Android phone. This is back in 2014, so it's a little older, but it's just coming out now, at least. They're talking about it because the Bucks just won.
You are slightly inconveniencing us. Fuck you.
Basically. It was strict ban from 2014 to 2018. because it messes up. You just don't get the messages as efficiently because with iChat, the blue people versus green people.
Well, yeah, because I can send multimedia messages to an iPhone person much easier.
Much easier, and they just come through faster. So it's like when I text you guys, I don't know if you guys see it. I don't get any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But because my wife is a Android person too, I'm able to see it with her. So, But I'm a green person. I thought that was funny when I saw it. I was like, oh,
well,
God.
You're the only green person here, and that's why you're getting kicked off the podcast right now.
Sorry. All right, well, I'm taking my nuggies with me.
I'm taking my nuggets. I'm taking my drink. Fuck you guys. I'm a Friday guy now.
Fridays. Fuck Saturdays. Fridays are where it's at. God damn.
Sad.
Even more fun happens on Fridays, bitches. Just kidding.
Well,
don't listen to that.
Speaking of which,
propaganda.
Well, yesterday was Friday, right? And guess what happened yesterday at Walt Disney World? Date this episode.
It rhymes with Friday. Well, not rhymes. It has alliteration with Friday. It's flooding.
Yeah, flooding.
Oh,
have you seen these pictures yet?
No. What the
Fantasyland.
Friday flooding in Fantasyland. Ha ha ha! I got 3 in there.
That's so. Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, Fantasyland flooded like crazy yesterday.
What the crap? I had no idea.
It was. I thought it was something to do with like storms or anything, but it seems to be a plumbing issue that they were having. It backed up, and it was just for a little bit, but there was just a lot of water all at once.
That's gross.
Yeah, especially Florida water. You don't know what's in there.
Gator just comes up and bites you.
Guys, I've been listening to another podcast a lot, and they just did an episode about holiday specials, and they talked about one. Well, not just did. I mean, in my backlog of their stuff, the one I recently listened to was about old Disney holiday specials and how they, in the 70s when they launched Walt Disney World, they put a bunch of water sports all over there because they didn't realize how kind of dangerous a Florida swamp would become because they made the lake. So it's like there's nothing in that lake, right?
They made this lake.
And I'm watching people like jet ski and swim, and it's just like there are a lot of gators and snakes and shit in that water nowadays. There's abandoned islands out there.
Yeah, there
it's
is.
It's the wildest ride in the wilderness out there. So it's kind of funny just seeing that. But yeah, getting the Florida water ain't great.
Nope.
No.
But yeah, so I thought it was a lot worse than it was. It was just a little bit of plumbing stuff. So probably fixed already, knowing Disney speed.
Right.
But yeah.
Boom. Done.
Oh, what's your last article here?
I did the same one as Anthony.
Oh shit!
had.
Really?
So
Yeah.
good.
Well, I guess we fully moved into Disney World then,
Yeah.
or Disneyland, I guess I should say, because it's kind of our most of our experiences with Big Thunder Mountain have been with Disneyland.
This is true.
This is true.
Big Thunder is one of the classics.
It's definitely in my top 3, and I don't know exactly where it lands for me. And we'll get to it when we get to all the rides eventually in Disneyland. But yeah, this is a top tier one for me. So
I mean, we did ride it like 8 times in a row.
we have
or
to
some shit?
start with that experience.
Yeah.
God, that was
That's probably why we're doing this ride just as a ride for the first one instead of like doing the land of Frontier. We're just doing the ride, you know.
Also, Frontierland, we hit up some big ones to start off with. Adventure New Orleans. We'll probably start grouping rides rather than lands. Like this will be Frontierland, will be Big Thunder Mountain.
Yeah, we might discuss a little bit about
Which
Frontierland
is also
to
why
give
what's
it
on the
context.
table.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's just
start off with this so we can actually eat some fucking fries because I'm hungry as all get out.
Let's do the story. Let's do the fries.
All
Get
right.
it organized. So we were at Disneyland. How many years ago was that now?
2015. 2014, December.
Well, it was 20. Yeah, end of
So like
2014.
7
December
years ago.
2014.
7 years ago? Wow.
Too long.
But yeah, no, we were there. And then at the end of the evening, it was like, what, a half an hour before they closed?
It
or
was
something?
right at the end of the night.
Yeah, it was like the end of the night, like 10, 11 o'clock, because it was like a weekday or something, because we go on the weekdays to avoid,
Well, we were
high
also there
traffic.
for a trip. This one is moving out to
Yeah, he was
Hawaii.
moving out to Hawaii. This one being Anthony, but yeah, we rode it, and then the guy was like, "Hey, man, it's kind of empty. Like, do you guys want to stay on?" Like,
No,
yeah.
we got out.
Oh yeah,
we started walking.
Okay, that's
the
what it
very
was.
first time we got out and started walking because Thunder Mountain's a great ride. You get out.
We got on it, and
They're like, "Hey guys,
Yeah.
there's no one in line right now. If you'd like to ride it again, just get right back on." And we all
Yeah.
looked at each other and just
No
went
words.
like, "No words." We just were like, "Yeah."
yeah, just
We'll get
Popped
back
right
on.
all
back
three
on.
in sync, just boom.
And then from then on, God, how many times did you two ride it? Because I had to bail.
You
out
got
at
off,
the end.
yeah. We rode
You
it
guys
like
did one or
2
two times after
yeah.
I bailed.
We rode it like 8 times. I
It
think.
was it was very interesting because the fireworks show is going on.
That was so cool.
We were watching the fireworks show while riding Big Thunder, which I hear other people talk about it and stuff, and I didn't realize how like great of an experience that was to do something like that until we did it.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Really, just makes the fireworks just next level. You're like having fun and looking at me like, oh,
because you're at Big Thunder, you're kind of off to the left of where the fireworks display goes out in Fantasyland and everything. So you're pretty damn close, getting it from a cool angle, going in and out. Like, oh, what are we gonna see when we go up the last big, incline and everything? Where we're looking out the top, you can see the fireworks. It was a fun experience, but my stomach decided about like 6 rides in, probably. It was like, all right, you're probably gonna have to get out for a minute, and I went and sat out. Well, you guys did it like 1 or 2 more times. That was fun.
Yeah, because I want to say like the last 2 times, like we switched between just one of us being in the back, just because it'll swing you around so
we
much
switched
more.
around our seats. We did it that many times. We're like, what does it feel like to be in the very back row here? Oh, let's try the middle. It's like the front row this time.
And it's crazy how much different it really is.
Yeah, hearing other people talk. The Velocicoaster just released in Florida in Universal's Islands of Adventure. It's a new coaster in the
looks so
Jurassic
cool.
Park world, but apparently the front and the back are very different rides.
That's just like this ride. Just like I love the back of this ride, man.
The back of it. So I have to stop. Thunder Mountain. It's a rail car. You're in a mine cart. If you're on that cart by yourself and you're in the back, you're doing some sliding. You're going from left to right.
Yeah, you're definitely
your
going
back's
shoulder
gonna
to
hurt a
shoulder.
little bit, and we did that occasionally where we'd get in the row, but like all of us one in there, and oh man, it would hurt a little bit. It's not the right like calmest of rides, but it's not an intense roller coaster. It is probably
It's pretty family friendly.
family friendly.
coaster.
Like you can go on it as a kid. I'm making it sound like it's worse than it is. It's just
really thrilling if you're a kid, and it's just thrilling enough if you're an adult.
with the nostalgic factor.
Yeah,
And I mean that and cool experiences
and just like the look of the thing, like you understand like the architecture that goes behind them creating these fake mountains. They fucking built the mountains and then built the tracks around that instead of making it easy on themselves and doing the track and then building up the rocks around that. They just crazy.
I actually didn't know that fact that they did the mountain first. It makes it more like a mine then, I guess, if they're digging through it or digging through it, and doing all that.
Yeah, it makes it more authentic.
Yeah.
Also, we found out because we were riding it so many times, we experimented like, what would it be like not only sitting in the back, what if we just close our eyes?
That was a trip.
We were doing shit like that.
That was a trip. That was like ride 5 or 6. That might have been the one that set me off, to be honest.
Yeah, we were doing
Because then you can't react to it because like we know the ride so well, but it's like, but then when you can't see it, you don't quite know where you're at.
We just triggered somebody's motion sickness just through that sentence.
So then it became a little like, it was like a way to kind of like get a little refresher for someone that's like, especially because we've been on the ride combined probably hundreds of times at this point.
It's like, hey, this ride's awesome. What if we make it like Space Mountain and make it dark?
Yeah, basically. Made the hack.
Life hack. You want to make
The
any
line
ride?
for Space Mountain is too long. Get on Big Thunder and close your eyes.
Boom.
Shake your head a little bit and you get the stars.
Put on some rock music in your ears. You'll be fine. As long as it's not AirPods, they might fly out in this ride.
Yeah, do not wear AirPods on a roller coaster. Okay, but the reason why French fries are on the
All
table.
right, moving on to French
I
fries.
will get this done.
All right.
Thank
In
you.
1996, I believe it was. Yep. There was a big McDonald's Disney syndication effort. They were putting Happy Meal toys were like all based on those big 90s Disney movies, just to kind of build up that like both brands were kind of.
Well, didn't Disney miss out on that? Or McDonald's miss out on it? 'Cause I thought there was a whole like history between them too, or like
There
Disney
is.
went with like Burger King or some shit like that for a little bit.
They might have. I just have.
I'm just saying, yeah. I'm just saying, like, I think the feud goes a while back, but yeah, in '96 they finally got the McDonald's license.
It was a 10-year license. But then they also wanted to start bringing the food into the parks and stuff because just having that reach at the fast food chains wasn't enough. So then they started
This is also before there was a Starbucks at the front of every freaking world.
Yeah, exactly. But they had opened up the one in Walt Disney World first, and then there was a little, it was like a little cart outside of Big Thunder, and it said Westward Ho on the top. It was this little cart right here.
I know it very well.
And it's just like a little...
They just sold French fries.
Yeah,
McDonald's
it's literally
French fries.
just Coca-Cola and French fries.
And I would always stop and get a refresher. That'd usually be like a staple. As we're walking by, maybe me and my dad would be doing Big Thunder. My mom would get us snacks when we're done.
And then there's a little sign right here that says, fries are always good. Hungry folks, hurry in town for a limited time. McDonald's French fries. And then it has like little tally marks, and then it's served. And then it says, it is time to try the French fry. I'll feed you all.
Perfect.
And then they added Harbor Galley over in, that looks like, I think that was Walt Disney. It was Walt Disney World?
I don't know.
I think I feel like I watched something that was saying that like people would.
Oh no, Harbor Galley is the one across from New Orleans, or across from Haunted Mansion.
Oh,
it's where they do the fish, like the lobster.
Yep. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the po' boys.
Because apparently people used to fish and use the fries as bait. Do you hear anything about that?
What?
Yeah,
there's something I watched about that today that was like
they used to soak these in beef.
Oh.
The fries
yeah.
They don't do it anymore, I don't think.
Yeah, I believe they've stopped doing that because they're, I think, more vegan friendly and stuff like that. But the fries would make excellent fish bait. And because you could fish in the lake in between Tom's. What is that river called again? The one in between Tom Sawyer Island and I know it's got a River of America or some shit like that.
It's called the Mississippi.
Well, I mean, it may as well be. You're riding down on a ferry with Mark Twain.
I feel like I knew what it was. Like Rivers of America? What is this?
Well,
yeah.
That also might be in Walt Disney World.
Maybe.
We like Disney, but we're not the craziest.
Well, we're getting. I'm getting there.
We're getting there.
Let's be
real.
We're
trying to get there.
We're good at like when we're there. We know what we're doing because
like
I personally, because of you, I've never need to use a map, and I know my way around well enough where I don't need a map. Which
Rivers of America. We were right. Okay, I was right. I was like,
we're not dumb after all.
It might be different in Walt Disney World, and that might be messing us up. Is just the differences.
Potentially, most of our knowledge is based for Disneyland because we're West Coast boys.
Random side note: have you guys ever heard of Celebration, Florida?
No.
It's a community Disney built south of Disney World, and when I've been playing City Skylines, not like no other. It like activated my like inner city skylines. It's a planned city. It's like they planned out and zoned it all before any of it was built. It's basically like a small Epcot experiment that they kind of did. Not as intense as Epcot, not a future city, but just a planned city. And most of the people that live in Celebration, Florida work in the Disney parks. Oh. But it's just a whole little like community town that is owned. It's on the Disney property. But it's just a little... It's got like a couple churches, a high school, an elementary school. It's like if you're playing City Skylines, you just pop down all the city services. Looking at it is kind of weird. It's like, oh, okay. It's less natural than all of them.
But do they have McDonald's French fries?
You know, they might. They have a small little commercial center just south of the... I remember seeing like a Hardee's or something like that.
There you go.
But yeah, no, I thought that was funny.
Hardee's over there.
I think it's Hardee's out there.
To me, it's Rally's.
No, I thought Hardee's was Carl's Jr.
Carl's Jr. No,
yeah,
fuck you. I confused my
thing. I don't
thing.
know. See, I don't even know
Rally's.
Dude, I'm so pissed.
Reading Rally's right now.
A Rally's opened right by my old house as soon as I moved. I was just looking at it. I'm like, you're opening next week? I'm moving next month. No.
Yeah, you gained so much more.
I gained so much more, though. I gained so much more food. But yeah, no. Big Thunder Mountain. It's definitely one of the earlier roller coasters that I ever did.
Me too.
Like as a young kid, I definitely was. It's hardcore, but it's not hardcore enough to scare a kid. It's open. The only scariest thing might be the final incline. You know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't really have any steep drops. It doesn't really have any super fast launches. It's
And the
pretty
theming
mild,
is
honestly.
the theming is very mild too. The whole Wild Wild West and
it's very neutral. Everybody can kind of get behind like something historical like that. It makes it a lot easier than something like you're trying to get into like Splash Mountain and there's a bunch of talking critters. You know, it's a lot easier to take in. Just like, oh, I'm up on a mine train.
Right. Well, then you always have like walking up the intimidation of that that drop, because then you know that's going to happen. But especially if you don't know what the ride is, like you don't know when it's going to happen, so you have that constant like you don't know when that's going to happen.
It's not even like a really big drop. It's just kind of like.
See, they only call it Rivers of America in Florida too. They just copied the name.
Oh, well, you know,
I tried.
Innovation. Woo.
No, that's an Epcot.
Yeah.
Actually, no. Innovations was in. I don't freaking know.
It was in your ass. He doesn't even have a retort.
I don't even have a retort. I just got destroyed.
He's like, it was in my ass.
God damn it.
Anyway,
yeah, no.
That's actually what we call a fart around here is a big thunder.
Big thunder? Dude, it was thundering last night. Really hardcore. It's kind of scared me out.
What'd you eat for dinner?
That's a great question.
Damn, you got him again. I had pizza, the usual.
Oh, man. What did I eat for dinner last night?
I had Jack in the Box, so yeah, I probably big thundered it up.
Yeah, you for sure.
What did I eat?
Fuck if I know, dude.
I don't know.
What's
it was
yesterday?
a long day yesterday.
Fuck if you know either.
Fuck if I know. It's been one of those weeks.
Oh, no.
But yeah.
But yeah, that's why there's French fries on the table.
Yeah. The French fries are delicious.
They
The nuggets are just a bonus.
With the rest of Frontierland, I mean, I mostly, honestly, nowadays just kind of walk through it, sadly.
I get the Mexican food next to
You get the Mexican food. The Mexican food place is great.
I still haven't been there. I do. Next time I go, I want to try that. And apparently they do breakfast. I want to go there and get breakfast.
Yeah, because it's mostly just Big Thunder Mountain, the Midway. What is the show that's in Frontierland? You know the one I'm talking about, the little
Golden
saloon?
Horseshoe thing.
Golden Horseshoe, yeah. And
Yeah.
it's supposedly like I think with the Guinness Book of World Records is like the longest running live show.
Oh wow,
Really?
I think they've had like over 50,000
Golden
shows.
Horseshoe Saloon?
It's crazy.
Shit. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember eating at this place once
you
or
get
twice.
like ice cream and shit in there.
God, this
Yeah,
was
like
an
root beer
this was an
floats,
opening
Goofy
attraction.
Yeah, I think that's
Shit.
been there like it's one of the OGs.
Yeah,
allows you to really be a goofy goober.
that would make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm not the biggest fan of that one. I've only done it like once or twice. So yeah, so when we were talking about doing like Frontierland next, it's like it's really just Big Thunder Mountain.
Pretty
to be
much. I mean,
honest.
yeah, we're gonna touch on a little bit of these. The boat, the Queen Mary, or is
There's
it the Queen
the-
Mary?
Oh
Not
yeah,
the Queen Mary. That's the
Well, there's
fucking-
the Columbia and Mark Twain of the two ships.
Yep, and Mark Twain. This one.
And then there's that petrified tree too. That's like the oldest thing in the whole park, and it was originally like a gift from Walt to his
I
wife.
forgot
Oh,
that
yeah,
existed
me
until
too.
you just
I've-
mentioned it. I was like,
I've-
oh god.
I know we've walked past it, but I've never acknowledged it.
Yeah.
So next time we go, I actually want to actually stop by it and like because it's
Like, look at it.
it's like both the oldest thing in the park. It was a gift from Walt to his wife, and then after he died, she donated it to the park. So it's like such a pretty important item, but it's I can see why it's easily like overlooked because it's just like a simple object it's like, oh, that's cool, and then just walk by it. But like it's hard for me like when I think of like if I think of the world or the land, I can't picture it there. Like I don't have any actual memory of it. Mm-hmm. So I think it's so surreal because I'm sure I've walked past it dozens of times.
Yeah, I think I only really looked at it like once or twice. So it's just, oh, hey, it's wood.
Well, because we're also from Arizona, so we're used to seeing petrified wood everywhere.
Yeah. It's not anything.
Petrified
crazy to
forest is just a couple hour drive away if we really want to go.
us. Yeah.
So it's like I could see how it being a much bigger deal to a couple people from a different area.
Yeah, and then getting older too, like because they can appreciate.
I am
what
so
it is.
excited for our Disney trip next year.
Oh, yeah, we're going to Florida in the fall.
It's gonna be awesome. Can't wait because our last big trip was in 2016 when we went to Magic Kingdom, and sadly, I don't remember going on Big Thunder when we went to Magic Kingdom. I don't know if we did. Do you guys remember exactly?
I feel like we had to.
We did.
We
had to.
probably did, but we did.
We might have
so
only done
much.
it once though.
That was the thing, as I don't think it was released just a couple years later, and I don't think it was a big enough change to really make us remember the difference.
So, fun fact, there was 2 or 3 years difference between when they came out. Disney World is supposed to be doing Monument Valley, and then Disneyland is like supposed to be a take on Bryce Canyon, which I believe is Utah. And then also the Disney World has a longer track, and it is slower. It has a slower runtime, but it is a longer track. Disneyland is a 100 feet shorter track, but it is a faster attraction.
I'm guessing most of that has to do with where they're located. Like there is no really Frontierland.
They had less room in Disneyland.
Yeah, like it's kind of set to the opposite side of the Rivers of America.
Also, Disney World is completely mirrored.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, even like you're going up the thing in Disneyland, the whole like in the beginning, the whole stalagmite area, that's on your left. Disney World, it's on your right.
God, literally, it's like playing Twilight Princess from GameCube to Wii.
Yep.
Why'd they do that?
Because
the space, I think. Yeah, the way that they had to build the track.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe they just thought it'd be fun. Maybe a little bit of both. I don't know.
Maybe it could be either. Yeah, to be honest, I wonder. This is when Disney started to actually make their own rides, if I'm not mistaken. I think this was made by Disney.
This was made by Tony Baxter.
Oh, okay.
Well, he was the Imagineer.
He was the Imagineer.
He was up
and
coming on that design. Yeah,
he did Splash Mountain and Big Thunder, and I mean just a handful of rides. But he's like. So they have Barnabas T. Bullion, or Bullion, or however the fuck you say it. I'm sorry, I'm butchering it. But he's the founder and president of the Big Thunder Mining Company, which is the fake.
Does he have anything to do with the Pleasure Island Adventures Club? Is that all connected?
I think he did. Or? I think he did.
Okay, because that name rings a bell. So, but yeah. So that they have their own little lore for the Big Thunder Mountain Mining Company.
Yeah, and I mean they drew this.
Oh, it is Aero. See, I thought it was Aero Development, California and Florida.
This is the mock-up of Barnabas T. Bullion. Oh, God, I think. And then
say that 5 times fast.
Tony Baxter right here.
And the Aero, I think that was the last time Disney worked with them was for that ride
for Big Thunder Mountain before they started. Yeah, Tony Baxter's.
But I mean, look at the.
Oh yeah,
right. The similarities.
Yeah. Okay. I see it.
But I also have kind of a funny thing.
Okay.
Do you guys know about the kidney stone thing?
Yes.
Yes.
I heard about that today.
Oh my god.
That blew my mind. Yeah. It's actually a documented, written.
And this is one of the few studies that Disney actually allowed on the park, right?
Yeah, it's an actual published medical journal. Mm-hmm.
And it was tested with other rides.
It's like 70 or 75% of people that get on there with a kidney stone are able to pass it afterwards. So if you ever have a kidney stone, book a trip to Disneyland, dog.
Was it Disneyland or Disney World? I forgot which had it.
I don't remember.
I don't remember, but I think that it's Disneyland because it shakes you up more. It's quicker, is what I remember them saying. Because they tested it on different rides and they tested it between the two Big Thunders.
Yeah, and they had it on. Sure they tested with Space Mountain and Splash, and they both didn't get any results. I think it was Splash. Maybe Splash wasn't there. I know at least it was Space Mountain. I don't think it was
Splash.
So it was
Splash ain't got enough whippies.
That's true. Yeah, so it was Space Mountain. What the hell was the other ride? What other ones?
If I know, dog.
What other ride would? I don't know. I know there's a third one. I can't remember it. That's gonna bug me.
I think it might have been.
Damn, I don't know.
Shit, I don't know.
I was reading. I kind of zoned out. I didn't miss that last little bit. But sorry, I thought of the next thing I wanted to ask.
What?
Have you guys heard about looking at the goat as it goes around? The one?
Yes, I always do
and it increases your G-forces.
Oh, yeah, and it just makes it way... I don't know what it does, but it makes it way more intense.
Is it just because you have like a pivot point that you're looking at? So
yeah, it's physics.
That's so weird. But it's funny, I don't think I've ever looked away, because I always say hi to him.
Yeah.
I think I've named him. He's probably had like 10 or 15 different names with me by now.
The last couple of times when we were just doing it 8 times in a row, we just like, we're going, whoa, just like flipping them off.
Right.
Just like yelling. Fuck you, goat. It's the goat.
I think that, and I want to say like one of the first times going by, I was like, hey.
Was good, goat.
It's one of those simple animatronics that everybody knows exactly what. Oh, yes, the goat chewing dynamite at the top of the hill. Yeah, it's right there. Everybody knows it.
I want to say the first name was Steve I gave him. Just all the names were just actual people names, never pet names.
Those are the best pet names, people names.
Steve, Phil, Bob. So many.
My favorite name is still, if you get a pug, name it Kevin.
Kevin.
Yeah. Kevin the pug.
Damn it, Kevin! Name. It's amazing. It's mandatory. Any of us gets a pug, you will be shamed if you don't name it Kevin.
Yeah, this is one of the few rides that has in like almost all of the parks though, because it's in, and within relatively like either when those parks open or soon after they get it. It's kind of it became like a staple really fast of the Disney parks.
The most unique one I think is the Paris one.
I know, right?
It has its own fucking island, dude. Yeah.
Have you seen pictures of it? It's insane.
Pull this man up a picture.
Yeah,
and if you're watching, I'm not inserting this picture. You just fucking look it up. I'm tired of
or a ride through. For this one,
up.
a ride through since it's in Paris. I'm assuming most of listeners are
just watch a ride
English.
through. Lazy fuck.
Yeah. Wow.
Brandon's
all
heated
the Saturday
tonight.
boys, lazy fucks.
I actually was deliberately trying to stay away from any Disney World. Or
I didn't want to talk about this, but we'll get to it. Something I've been seeing every time I search.
Accident.
Yeah.
I had it in my notes.
Apparently,
famous-
there's two that
the
I only knew of the
multiples?
one. I only knew the decapitation one, but there's another one I found out about today.
Yeah. It's like its own island. Like.
That is sick.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
They changed the story and stuff too for it. Yeah.
But this one does have pretty cool, consistent theming and an interesting queue too. Most of it's in the shade. It's really nice that when you enter the queue, you're instantly in the Big Thunder area with all the hills. The way they frame the queue as part of the mountain, and like in the little mining company and in the building where you go through all the stairs and all that. It's a very queues are kind of underappreciated, and I like this one.
Queues are pretty.
Yeah,
queues make a ride.
Queues
really
are
do.
something that
It sounds kind of weird, but
it's what makes Disneyland Disneyland. Is
Yeah.
their theming. I mean, not only their queues, but like it starts at the queue. It starts at the fucking gates. You know what I mean? Like the second you walk in, the fact that they not blur out, but like make it
go away green.
Yeah, so you can't fucking see the city at all. You're
Right.
totally sucked into a whole new place.
They actually make just like because it just shows the effort they're willing to make to immerse you into the world. It's not just here's this one thing. It's like and then you just have to wait to get to it, and they're like, oh cool, I'm finally here. Like
You walk
it's so much
into,
more than that.
Like Star Wars Land or Cars Land or any of those, you're in that place. Like
Right.
That's why I'm so excited to go to Star Wars Land.
that, and I really want to see Pandora.
See, I forgot Pandora existed.
I could care less about the rides in Pandora. I just
wanna
really want to
be in
see.
there.
So
the
it's gonna
fucking
sound weird.
thing.
So James Cameron's Avatar. I'm gonna get into this now because it's a little side bit
I
here.
don't like the movie.
I don't like the movie. I've
for the
only ever
first
watched it once. I was in 3D. I was in the very back row. I had a very bad headache from the 3-hour-long film, and I already knew. I saw it. Didn't see it on opening weekend. I saw it like a week later or something. So I already heard everybody like praising it and shaming it at the same time because of that type of weird ass film it was.
Yeah.
I've never liked it, and I never paid attention. I didn't realize it was Disney doing an Avatar thing for years. I thought it was Universal because I didn't think Disney would team up with James Cameron. So when I heard that was in Animal Kingdom, because we went there in 2016, there was
Because
no
the
sign.
Na'vi are totally
Yeah.
what we meant by mythical animals.
Well, that gets into the Beastly Kingdom or all that stuff
Yeah,
that never
flat.
came.
Yeah.
God.
Thanks, Michael Eisner.
Woo! Defunctland season 2. But it's just, it's Avatar. I never really associate with Disney. So when I was starting to get back into it this year, I was like, oh God, that's been in Disney World for years already.
Oh yeah.
I didn't realize how quickly it came in.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it's probably
no.
like we could probably get on those rides nowadays.
Yeah, those are probably not, especially with all the other craziness that's been
Oh
going
yeah,
on
with
for this thing.
Ratatouille and Star Wars.
Epcot. I know, right? It's the carbonation on this plus the fries really makes an interesting concoction for the stomach, I have to say.
It really suits because I always used to get high C orange with my
Sprite.
nuggets, and
I mix 'em.
this kind of fits that.
We're going back to when we were 12 here.
Fits the
We are 12. We're riding Big Thunder in our minds today.
Yep. Because
In our minds.
in our minds.
In our minds.
Funny enough, I was like an adult the first time I rode Big Thunder.
Yeah, because you're a deprived child.
You really went to Disneyland.
Which is why we are dragging you on this adventure with us, because we love that you love it as much as we do.
Well, now he's been a few times. He's been to Disney World.
You've been taking him to Disneyland quite often.
We're actually going to be going in October, so we're gonna side rail off of Big Thunder. Just talk about more Disney.
What we
shit
do.
real quick. We'll talk about our trip for a sec. But we're actually going in October so that we can do Halloween Horror Nights at Universal because none of us have done that before. I'm super excited for that. I hope that they have cool houses like they have. I mean, they're gonna have cool houses. I just hope that
This year's sounds so insane.
I know,
Dude,
just
Beetlejuice, fuck.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm just like, man, those are some of my favorite like Halloween horror movies, and I really hope that they bring it next year
Right.
because I mean they usually have pretty cool ones. They had Krampus.
The movie Krampus?
Yeah.
Well.
They also, funny enough, I think they had like a mine one time.
Oh.
I think they had like a gold rush kind of bullshit one.
Just like a generic.
Yeah, because you know how they usually have like 2 or 3 houses where they can theme them themselves and base it off of like what they do that year.
What's the Land and Islands of Adventure that's all public domain?
Oh, fuck.
The one right next to Harry Potter World.
I can't remember, but I know what you're talking
public
about.
domain, Zeus Land, not like Poseidon.
Yeah, it's got the
Lost
I'm
something.
not. Yeah, it's the big head.
The big head.
See,
It's got mythos in it.
See, the funny thing is, I could just Google it, but every time I've been searching something in Orlando and Disney, the way I like to do it is maps it. And I blame city skylines because that's just how I like to look at things.
Angrily eat a French
Satellite. As I'm just, where the fuck is Disney?
It's in Anaheim, California.
I know,
Orlando,
it's down
Florida,
the 4. Lake Buena Vista.
somewhere
Here we
Paris,
go.
France.
Somewhere. So, no, it's apparently outside of Paris a little bit. You have to take the train to get there.
Hong Kong, Tokyo,
Shanghai now. Dang.
So what
Shanghai Disney's getting all the cool shit.
What were we originally talking about?
I forgot. Now
You
I'm
said something
at
about a big head.
I'll show them.
Wait.
What the fuck? No.
No, never. No.
So now the biggest issue is I forgot why I'm at the Magic Kingdom. Why did we come here?
Yeah, what are we even
have
talking about
fun.
again?
Oh,
Well, yeah,
yeah.
we're gonna have fun for sure, but what are we even looking up again?
I don't know.
This
I'm still
episode's
Halloween in
been
my
all
head.
over the place like you're on a roller coaster. You're just going from left to right. It's kind of shaky because that bar...
We put you on the wildest podcast in the wilderness, and we got you in the back row.
So also, when you're going to that final part for Big Thunder,
With the water?
When you're in like the cave that it's about to blow up.
Oh, with the shaky rocks?
Yeah, like the last like ascension part.
Yeah.
They have on the track, which maybe I did notice it and I just didn't. Maybe it's just like subconscious, but the way the track is, you kind of do this. Like, there's this effect to where like you're kind of going side to side because it's like the idea is an earthquake happening.
Yeah, it is.
And then it knocks over like the lantern. That's why everything's like about to blow up in there. But like I never like until like actually seeing like a ride through as someone else, like maybe you can see the carts ahead of you and you're actually like focused on other stuff since you're not on the ride. I never noticed how much it's actually pivoting. You stop it right now, okay?
For those of you that can't see, there's a French fry with a darkened tip, and I just pretended to smoke it.
No more
For
fries
Big
for you. We need to move this plate.
I
They
really
redid that.
forgot why I was looking at
I have no idea.
Disneyland. I was joking because I said I could easily Google search it, but I was doing the long way. And the fact that I said that, I erased the RAM of my brain
Right.
on what I was doing.
Reboot.
Yeah.
And he had his old freak out,
Soft
but I don't know what it
reset.
was about. And then I never
That's
knew
why
it.
I made the joke about us being on a roller coaster because this episode's all over the place. Because
Big Thunder Mountain Railroad at Magic Kingdom Park will be closing for a short refurbishment in June of 2021.
well, it's July.
I know. It was only for like 3-4 days.
Oh, nice. There was a big refurbishment a couple years ago.
So Paris got refurbished in 2015. I'm trying to see when the Disneyland one got refurbished because they had...
That was before we got there. It was like in 2012 or 2013, I want to say.
I think so.
Yeah.
I remember the old version from when I was a kid.
Honestly, I didn't notice it because the 2 times I went on it was the 2014 and 2016 trip we did, and I didn't really notice that many changes to be honest. So it kind of kept the theming well, to where I didn't notice the changes. It just felt like I'm an older person going to it, so it's a little different. But yeah.
But yeah.
What was the other thing we were talking about?
See, the funniest thing about it is the fact that listeners and ourselves, when we edit this, can go back and see it as easy. But, that's just the best part about doing this live is sometimes shit happens when you don't have a Shane or someone to go like, you idiots, this is what you were talking about.
It's like, darn, I have to wait until the episode comes
When you
out.
do this on your own, you don't have a person in the background going, all right, idiots, you're at 45 minutes, an hour, wrap it up.
Why do we have to be idiots, Nick? Okay.
Because we can't remember what we were talking about 3 minutes ago.
It was one time.
Yeah, but I think we deserve it right now.
One time.
Podcast people are just the listeners are screaming at us right now.
Right.
Which is the
I
best
called them
part.
podcast people.
Yeah,
Podcast
Podcast
people.
You podcast people. God damn it.
We are the Saturday boys, and you are the podcast people.
So the shooting gallery, when you first get into the land.
Frontierland?
Yeah. I've never done it.
Really?
Nope.
Probably because
fun.
we did it and we were like, it's all right. And then we never told you to do it because there was better stuff to do.
Yeah, it's a shooting gallery.
It's a shooting
I still
gallery.
want to do it. I plan to do. I want to do it at least once.
Yeah, no, we'll have enough time on our next trip. We're budgeting our time better this trip. Because last time, when was your first guys' ever trip to Disney World? Was it that trip in 2016?
For Disney World?
Disney
Yeah,
World,
2016. Disney
Yeah, I'd been there
Land
once
and
before.
shit.
I went on a massive trip in 2009 out to Disney World. It was my band, the band trip. We went out and played at the Gator Bowl in December. We went down to Orlando, and I think we did like 3.5 days at the parks. So we hit up a lot of them. We hit up Animal Kingdom. We hit up Epcot. We hit up Disney, Magic Kingdom, and Hollywood Studios. We hit the major 4. We didn't go to any of the water parks. It was December in Florida. Yeah. And we're not a big water park people, but no, so I got a taste of everything. So going back on our 2016 trip, I was like, yes, let's do it again. I now know what I like.
Got a taste of everything?
Yes.
You get to taste the Gator Bowl?
Gator Bowl, I think we lost the Gator Bowl. It was pretty rough.
Did you get to taste gators in a bowl?
You know?
It's Florida.
We went to a Golden Corral, so probably.
Yeah.
So I remember
they served
the
that
one meal I
Daddy's.
remember in the Florida trip was the going to like a Golden Corral with like the entire marching band. So it was like 150 people on this trip.
Nick's still recovering from that one Golden Corral visit.
Yeah, it's been freaking 12 years now.
Mm-hmm. He still takes.
I still have
3
indigestion.
times
But no, yeah. So Disney World we have a lot less experience with, but I'm excited to go back. I've said like 4 times this episode, but that's really how
It's just so much. It's just so much fun to be had.
It is.
Yeah. Do you guys have any closing thoughts about Big Thunder? Oh no, one thing we didn't touch it. Incidents. You guys hear about any of the things that happened with this?
The deaths?
Yeah.
So the only ones I know about is the decapitation one.
The decapitation.
There's another one where I guess the front, like, because the front part of the ride, it's unmanned. It's just like the front of the train.
Yeah, it's just a train facade basically.
So I guess there was like something. I don't even remember the year now, but I guess something happened where like screws came loose to where as it was going, it just like dead stopped. And then it kind of tilted up, and then the person that was in the first row of the ride behind it, got pinned, and then eventually died shortly after that.
Yeah,
and I'd never heard of it because like when I was going through watching videos and stuff, I was like, I assumed it was the decapitation incident.
Yeah, and
then as it was going through, I'm like, this is something else. I'm like, there was 2. So they're both brutal, but whew.
Yeah,
finding out there was a second one, I wasn't ready for that.
Well, that because he was the guy.
I guess that might be the first one. Maybe the decap was the second one. Actually, I don't know the years, so I can't say for sure.
The first fatality at the theme park wasn't since 1998.
Wait, this is the first fatality since 1998. Years without incident.
In 1998, on the Columbia, or from the oh my fucking god!
You got this.
Reading is hard sometimes.
Columbia.
A cleat tore loose from the Columbia sailing ship, and it struck a visitor in the head.
Oh,
that's rough.
And then in 1998, in Big Thunder, a 5-year-old boy stepped off the ride. His foot was crushed against the curb when the train launched forward.
Oh.
And then there was one Anthony was talking about where it was like, it wasn't really a decapitation. What happened is like the guy...
He stood up.
He stood up and it hit his head and it fucking...
Well, it just snapped his neck, right?
That was the thing.
Yeah, it might have like...
It was an internal decapitation. It was a separation of the spine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's still... brutal, but that was one of those things that going to that ride, I always knew about that. Like, so it kind of, it's gonna sound weird, but it added kind of like not bad boy vibe to it, but it was like this is a dangerous ride. But it's not really.
It's not really a dangerous ride. It's just one dumb fucking guy.
But at least for you know what I mean. But you know.
But it's like it goes to show you, like
you have to tell yourself that because you're scared.
That too.
That's the thing is you have to say, oh, so one person did that. I'm not gonna. So you sit down. Because it's a fun ride.
I'm going to sit down anyways. It's a fucking roller coaster.
I know, but it's a fun ride, and it's an open environment. It's like you kind of want to like put your hands up and do all that craziness. So it's like...
Yeah, I want to stand up so I can...
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
God.
But
respect.
But that's also why they tell you keep your hand, like everything about you inside the ride at all times, because that exact reason.
But say, hey, guy, it's dangerous out there.
It's like blatantly ignore the rules.
This is the wildest ride.
In the wilderness.
Gee.
It's said every time. You need to understand.
One of the most iconic lines, if you haven't caught on to that quite yet. But yeah, it's definitely a top tier ride. I love this one. I am excited to go back and see what the Magic Kingdom one has to offer, being it in reverse. Now it'll be cool to think of that in my brain, like, oh wait, I know it goes this way, but it's going the other. That's a cool thing to think about. So
where do you think it sits on your list? Now that you've had the
ones where we've talked. So we've talked about. I'm gonna say we've had Adventureland, we've had New Orleans Square, and now Big Thunder. So out of all those, Indy is still at number 1. Big Thunder is number 2 for me right now.
Oh! Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And then I guess Haunted Mansion would be at 3. No, Pirates would be at 3 for me. At least of what we've talked about so far on the pod. Those would be my top 3: Indy, Big Thunder, and Pirates. All right, what do you got, B? You said this so fast.
Imby Jones.
Imby?
You like Imby?
I love Imby.
Fans of Imby Jones, who isn't? The sounds of the trains from the attraction were recorded and used from the minecart chase scene in the 1984 film Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Listen closely next time you ride the ride. This is from Mickey Block. But yeah, it's the sounds that they use, the wah, wah, on the trains that you hear
in Big Thunder.
Yeah, like the actual sound of the train that you hear when you're like away from the ride or even on the ride, because
it was the same like sound license that the
it's literally the sound from
Imby Jones.
Yeah,
and
shout out Gus.
The second one with the minecart chase.
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
Even though this is not really a minecart.
You know what I mean. It's kind of a rail car. It is Big Thunder Mountain. It's a mine. They got the ores and the stuff. But yeah, no, it's definitely a top tier ride. Anthony, what's your kind of list that we've done so far?
I mean, for the rides that we have now,
yeah,
Thunder Mountains is number 1.
It is number 1. It beat out Haunted Mansion was your previous number 1, right?
Yes, and that's mainly because of the theming, because that's 2 versions.
Mostly the Christmas Haunted Mansion, right? Yeah. You?
Oh man, it's probably Big Thunder, Indiana Jones, and then Pirates.
Okay, very similar. Just kind of switched 1 and 2s.
Yeah.
So we're definitely we like the thrill rides, and Disney's got a couple that aren't really too crazy, but the theming on them is what makes it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But no, Big Thunder is great. I love it. Yeah, if you could change anything about it, would you? Like, if you had the option to, like, maybe update it or do anything?
Honestly, the only thing I would change is just, like, probably most rides. I just want it to be a little longer.
Well, yeah, okay. So you would make it like a Big Thunder 2, the Expedition Continues type thing. Or
kind of like Expedition Everest, how it's like...
Expedition Everest is a cool evolution of, like, the Matterhorn and...
I want something like that, because it's kind of like how it... We'll get more into obviously when we get there, but like it's enough different to where it's like it makes me think of them as 2 different rides, and I'd want that. So I want it to like just a little bit revamp, whether it's like just make it a little longer.
You want a Son of Beast, you know, a sequel to the ride, you know?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Brandon,
I'm adding an animatronic Clint Eastwood.
Oh, get some theming to it. Add some more Western theming. Yep. All right, an animatronic Clint Eastwood.
Where at?
Everywhere.
Okay,
everywhere.
So would it be tied to just like one of his films? Clint. I don't know.
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
I was going to say I don't know too many good. That's got to be the most iconic one.
Yeah.
So there's going to be 3 on.
So would you replace the goat with the animatronics of them standing there on a standoff?
No,
you
got him the goat. You got him with the goat.
Okay.
You got 3 Clints.
Yeah, the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah. Okay. So you got the good Clint at the beginning. He's just kind of nice. He's like sending you off on your journey.
Hi, welcome to the brightest ride in the wilderness.
You got the bad Clint. He's with the goat with the dynamite. They're about to fuck shit up on that mountain. Then you got the ugly Clint. Is after he's done everything, you finish the ride.
After you go through the water?
Yep. He's all dirty.
In the
he's
town
all
you're
ugly.
going through.
But let's face it, Clint Eastwood.
He's a tall boy.
Not ugly. Not ugly. But, you know.
I actually really like this idea.
Yes, he is rugged.
He fits the theming.
The good,
perfectly.
the bad, and the rugged.
Good, the bad, and the rugged.
Then we changed the name of the ride. The Big Clint.
That's a terrible idea.
You had me into that last sentence.
I mean, okay, let me rephrase. That is an amazing idea, but for a children's
Big Eastwood Mountain.
Eastwood Mountain Adventure.
Do you think that's what he calls it? Junk.
Oh.
Big Eastwood Mountain.
See, now we can't name it that. you had a chance and you took it away.
Okay, so we just stick with animatronics and we keep it Big Thunder.
Yes.
Kind of like basically, okay, it's exactly what they did on Pirates when they added Johnny Depp 3 times.
Yeah.
We just add Clint Eastwood 3
I
times.
mean, it's tried and true.
It works, I guess. Yes.
Yeah. There'll probably be some backlash, but I think in this case,
Disney
we probably have
follows.
more positive than negative. I think.
Also, you should probably call Clint Eastwood and get his the likeness.
Yeah, the estate.
Oh my God! Imagine having him actually.
They don't have him in the Great Movie Ride anymore.
Sometimes.
That's
The
true.
Great Movie Ride isn't there anymore. They don't have the right to his likeness.
Just
No.
use that animatronic.
Shit, they already made one.
Bro, you already got it.
It's in the vault.
Unless some Imagineers stole it, took it home.
Shit, or it's
They would never.
repurposed. They
Yeah,
usually
they
like to
ripped the
repurpose
face
shit.
off of Clint Eastwood. Clint
imagine
Eastwood
that
is some
He's the
dancing
goat.
bear now. I don't. Yeah,
Oh God.
they repurpose
already
his
on the
part
ride.
into a goat.
I am the goat now.
He
They
is.
wouldn't go that far with it. They usually just do like a reskinning. Like
Yeah.
He'd probably
Clint
in
Eastwood's
fucking-
probably going to be
he's
Joe
in-
Biden in the Hall of Presidents,
Or he's in a fucking Avengers campus somewhere. You know.
yeah. That's
I don't really know how
he's
many.
Captain America.
Fucking A, something like that. It's tall
That's
enough.
pretty cool.
They just put the mask on him. They didn't even
Yeah.
change the
I know,
face.
right?
They go, this new Captain America looks so
Western.
rugged.
Yeah.
How do we know he's not the evil Captain America?
He is. He's William
Burnside.
Yeah, Burnside. Yeah, Burnside.
Damn. And I think I'm gonna for me I would keep it as is. We've hit all 3 points. I think. Ready to move on from that. Oh God! You guys have any final closing thoughts about Eastwood Mountain?
Right. The big Clint. It's so bad. Yes, actually. So like the little town, because I never really
love that
noticed
town.
it. Like
Yeah.
I really appreciate that. Now that the more I've been
I
thinking
wish
about it.
we could see it better from the queue, or had more
Yeah.
time in the ride to look
Yeah,
at.
because I think with the ride, for some reason, my eyes always wants
If
to
you-
focus to the right for some reason.
Well,
Which I
because
don't-
that's the rest of the park. There's you got the water there. You're looking off to the right.
and then
That's
the
where
restaurant
queue
that I've
is.
never been to is right there. So
Yeah,
I've seen so many times. I've never been to it.
it's okay. We'll have a little dinner with some animatronics and put on a show for you.
Thanks, man. There's actually a lot of food places I need to.
There's a
I need
lot
to
of
hit.
dinner show places that I've had probably once or twice, and then I know it. I've had that experience. I'm like, I'd rather spend my next hour going in another ride usually.
Right.
So it's like I have to
Exactly.
take the time that trip. This is gonna be my dinner trip. We're gonna hit all the dinner rides and all that stuff.
It's kind of like what we did with Disney World. Like we just first time being there, so we hit so many of the restaurants, like the sit down ones, where normally we wouldn't do that in Disneyland.
But yeah,
But yeah.
thanks for
You have to say your but.
following us. Yeah.
What?
You have to say your but. Yeah.
I say my what? Wait, what?
You have to say your but. Yeah.
My butt? Yeah, but yeah.
But yeah,
But yeah.
cool.
There it is.
There it is. The trip. I was confused on what you were doing there for a second
I
because
really
kind
want.
of.
I just
Well, no, you also didn't fully finish your last sentence. I kind of segued you, so I was like, "Are you gonna let him finish?" Or I don't even remember what we're talking about.
no, I was done. We're good.
It's been a roller coaster of a ride, I should say. A great one though, a top tier, definitely a top 3 right now.
Oh, for
I love
sure.
this ride.
Always will ride it. No question.
Yeah. Thanks for everyone for listening. You can find me at Nick Benz 9001 on everything right now,
life.
basically. For right now, at least. It'll be for at least like 6 months or some shit like that. I'm trying to get streaming. I'm actually doing a Big
Yeah.
City stream tomorrow, but this is going to be released in like 3 months, so we'll see
So
what's
if you have a
coming.
time machine and you can travel back to
You see, the real thing is
Sunday 4 weeks ago.
the real thing is like I'm trying to get streaming. So check it out. I'm going to be posting it on Twitter too. I'm going to try and integrate all my stuff together. We'll see how that goes. Brand
you.
integration.
I need to start doing it too.
The fun part of a podcast, the back end, just like you actually got to do something with it.
Right.
We're having fun. We'd like to get everyone engaged.
Find us
So,
at the Saturday Boys pod.
seriously,
On
yeah.
Almost everything. Or just the Saturday Boys on, I think,
YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah. But
Yep.
everything else, all of our actual socials are the Saturday Boys. I'm the Pickled Brandon. I'm just Pickled Brandon.
I'm the.
Pickle Brandon.
He's just
great.
the. Anthony is just the.
Yeah.
I'm
At
the
the.
to the pickled Brandon. I'm a concise koala with a 1 instead for an L in koala.
Are you picking up Super Meat Boy? I sent you the link.
No, just because...
I got you. I understand. It's expensive.
Honestly, the reason why is because all those versions have the garbage version of music.
I was thinking about that. I sent him a link. Limited Run is doing a Super Meat Boy run, which he loves to stream. Yeah. Anyone who's into it, check it out. But I sent him a link for the new run of the physical copies, and it's got the lesser music. And
it's got,
like, the cover Switch, art, it's got like the different cover art too.
That part I do want because that's just badass.
You like the like realistic cover art?
It's so like it's grotesque, but it just works with.
It's like realistic looking Super Meat Boy and Super. That's the face that I thought when I first saw it.
I hate that I love it.
I hate that you love it too.
Yeah, it's because it's so it's grody. That's a good word to use for it.
True. But yeah, thanks for everyone for coming and listening to us. I still have some drink in mine. I'm terrible today.
Like every time.
And I always chug it right at the end, and it always hurts my belly.
No, not that.
No,
that's amazing. I've never seen that.
Terrifying. Oh my goodness.
That's so good. Please save that. Please, Brandon, can you do something for me?
You have to put that up just because that's funny.
Please randomly put that just a little subliminal in this episode.
A little fight club of it.
Please.
Not even tell anybody.
Don't tell any of us.
I have no context until the end of the episode. Other than the last minute now.
I want to find it on my own, so please do that.
All right. Thanks for everybody for listening, and cheers. I'll do mine. You guys empty glasses. That was terrible. Oh no! It cut.